Imagine this. You doze off on a flight, and then you wake up in the dark, alone, inside a locked airplane. It happened to one woman, so could it happen to you? Find out.
All right, 26 minutes after the hour. Imagine you wake up alone, trapped inside a dark plane.
It happened to one woman who says she fell asleep while flying from Quebec to Toronto. When she woke up, she was freezing cold, still buckled in her seat, but the aircraft was empty, parked, and in complete darkness.
Are you intrigued? Well, she managed to call her friend just before her phone died. But what's stopping this from happening to you?
Here with more is travel safety expert Mark Murphy. Mark, I got to tell you, when I read this story, I said I would have lost my mind. So what do you think happened here? How did she not hear all of the, time to leave warning? You know, when you're ready to get off an airplane, there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes on the loudspeaker.
Put your tray table away.
I just woke up in this studio, so I'm trying to figure out where I'm at right now.
Who am I? Why am I here?
Shot. Well, what happened, Brian? So it makes no sense. First of all, it was freezing. It was 60 degrees. So that doesn't really add up. The fact that she had her friend that she texted, but it took hours to find her on the plane. Her friend knew what flight she was on, knew when she was set to arrive. She texted her, and you can see the texts in the reporting. They've got a screenshot. You see those texts. You can see that they're going back and forth. And then she said she tried to FaceTime and her phone died. Well, didn't her friend just call the airport? And then what happened next? Did the airport just ignore the fact that they just learned that someone was on a plane? My biggest issue with this whole story is if she is on the plane, and we know she was still on the plane, the security issue around that was my biggest concern.
Right. Evidently, she suffers from anxiety and insomnia. And then she was so frightened, she suffered a panic attack. And, of course, when the cell phone went down, it quadrupled. The one thing, to your point, is it's a 90-minute ride. How tired are you?
Well, I mean, yeah, and it wasn't like she was landed at 3 o'clock in the morning. She landed at around 9 o'clock. So the question then is, if she's an insomniac, I mean, if she had narcolepsy, I get it. But if she's an insomniac, how did she even get to sleep on a plane?
Yeah.
They're not exactly comfortable these days.
Yeah, we have a statement from Air Canada, from Angela Ma, Air Canada's media team, saying, "We can confirm we remain in contact with the passenger and are looking into this situation. We do not have any additional information related to this matter to offer." And the question is, though, aren't they supposed to check the plane regardless? They're supposed to walk around and make sure nobody's left on the plane. So there has to be some accountability on the part of the airline here.
Absolutely. So what I would say is, was this woman doing this as a stunt? I don't know the answer to that. Only she knows that. And if she did do it as a stunt and she was hiding, let's say, in one of the rear bathrooms, did they not check every part of that plane? And that's a security breach, and that would be the issue I would have with the airline. But if somebody wants to kind of, go to the back, say, hey, yeah, I'm coming right up. I just forgot something in the back. And that got overlooked, and she ducked into the bathroom or hid in the back alley. There's so many unknowns here. The only known we have is she had her phone, she texted her friend.
Right.
Nobody came to the plane, which makes absolutely no sense. So then she's talking about being 40 to 50 feet above the tarmac. Last time I checked, that's about 3 times higher than you actually are on, like, say, an Airbus A320 or a Boeing 737. So again, so many things make absolutely no sense.
All right, and she eventually got out, found a flashlight, went to the front of a plane, followed the steps of instruction, opened up the door, but it's a huge drop unless,
Yeah, you can't jump.
I would love to jump out of the plane while we wait for the thing to hook on. You can't do it.
Yeah, what's worse, getting stuck on the tarmac for 8 hours, in a cramped plane, or waking up in a dark plane and saying, if that's indeed what happened, and trying to figure out how to get the heck out.
Mark, I'm coloring you.
Again, there's so many questions.
Right, I'm coloring you skeptical, okay?
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Mark, my hypochondria has kicked in here, so just tell me quickly, what are the odds this could happen to me? That's all I need to know.
Well, over 2 million people just in the U.S. fly every single day, so do the math on that. So 700 million passengers flying. Have you heard about this in recent years in the U.S.?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, 700 million people flying, and so
unlikely.
It's so 0.0000 out.
So I can put my hypochondria in check. Thank you. That makes me feel better.
You're okay.
Thanks so much.
All right.